start a dog kennel business, this is what you typed in Google or YouTube. I love your search. I can help you out with this. My name is Brando Linick, and there's so many different ways you could tackle this. There's really some fundamentals you have to know when it comes to this. So I figured instead of giving you all the different ideas and tactics and techniques, we'd share principles, alright? Because principles are what's going to govern this business model if you're looking at this to be your own boss and quit your job. And that is, you know, you need to have a piece of land, a property, okay? You can't really do this in your house unless you want a really messy house. So you need to have a piece of land, a property. It could be even a commercial building that you have out. And the whole idea is having, you know, gates, alright? Or you could call them kennels, okay? So gated kennels. It could be outdoor, it could be indoor. You got to keep if it's outdoor. It's going to be weather permitting. You can't leave a dog if it's freezing cold outside or if it's super hot outside. You want to make sure that it's shaded, that they have water. The whole idea is having space for the animals. Now from that point on, you need to keep in mind how many animals you can house in these kennels. If you can only house 10, it's going to limit your income. But it doesn't matter where you start, wherever you start, that's fine. The idea is going out and building relationships with people. Now the best way to do this that I've found is through social media, and this is what a friend of mine did to start their kennel business. What they did was they searched up in their local city using Instagram. So they went on Instagram, and in Instagram you can search up tags, alright? You can look at tags. So a tag would be something that's in the picture. So if there's a dog in the picture and you search up dog as the tag, alright, you'll have a bunch of pictures of dogs. So what they did was they searched up animals, alright, so it'd be like a dog, a cat, a bird. Mostly it was dogs and cats, and some of them were, you know, different animals that they could kennel. And they searched these animals up because they knew people in their city. Alright, so they searched up animals and they searched up their city, and they knew people in their city would be posting pictures like that. And what they did was they didn't, you know, start harassing people on their pictures. What they did was they commented on their pictures, complimented their dog and their animal, and then from that point on, they just got to know the person and the individual to the point where if they were open to the opportunity whenever they were leaving out for work, or they're taking their kids out, or they wanted to go out for dinner but nobody could babysit the dog, that they would offer their kennel services for that individual, and that's how they built their business. So that's just one way, that's one approach. You can take it or leave it. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below and I'll get back to you. But I want to share a little bit more of an insight from my personal experience on this. If you're looking at this in addition to this video because you want to be your own boss, quit your job, create your own income, alright, make an extra $1,000, $5,000 a month, I've got a lead I want to throw your way before you start buying land and before you start buying cages and kennels, alright, before you head down that path. The lead I want to throw your way is learn to build a leveraged business model. And my story and experience with this goes back just over the last 2 years when I was looking at becoming my own boss, creating my own income, and being my own entrepreneur and not having to work for another person. And what happened was I came across an individual who was making a ridiculous amount of money, traveling around the world, building a business at the same time without supplies or equipment or employees or kennels that they had to build or land that they had to buy. And because they didn't have to go through that and they're building a business right from their internet, alright, right from their laptop computer, I began to model and copy them. In less than 3 months, total 90 days after that, I created for myself and family a full-time income business working part-time. Not average, not typical. I'm not going to guarantee you the same results. I'm just sharing with you what's possible. And, you know, I was working very strategically. I worked my butt off to get those results. But the cool part is, if you're looking at creating a business to be your own boss, create time, freedom, flexibility, the best tip I would give you, learn to build a business on the internet. It's the best thing you could do without supplies, equipment, employees, you know, land that you have to buy, and then you have to renovate the land and put kennels there and all that and more, alright, because it can add up to, you know, over $10,000 once you get going. So it's just something you got to keep in mind, alright. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. And if you'd like to learn more information about building an income and business online from home, if you're coachable, trainable, and this made sense to you from a business perspective on creating wealth, on creating money to be able to afford the things that you want to do, alright? Not doing so much what you're passionate about, that's one thing, but doing so in a way where you can create the money to do what you're passionate about. If that made sense to you, building a business online, to quit your job, to do those things, then connect with me on my site. Check it out. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be in the description below, and I'll see you on the beach of the world. Take care.